All of you, welcome to OnlineTyari. I assume that you all are updated with the current affairs. So without wasting much of your time, we'll see who all have joined the class today. I know it's been a very long time, but still we'll see that who stayed with us. There's Naresh. Hi Naresh. There's Rakesh. Hello. And there's Rahul. Hello Rahul. So let us not waste much of a time and we will begin the class today. The first question for today is, how many women were awarded with Nari Shakti Puraskar on the eve of Women's Day? The options are given below. We'll see which is the correct option. Okay? The options are given below. There's 14, 13, 12 and 15. The correct option here would be option D, that is 15. The Nari Shakti Puraskar ceremony is an annual event which was held on 8th March 2020. It was on the occasion of International Women's Day in New Delhi. The awards recognize women of India in various fields. So the awards were presented by the President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind, and the Union Minister of Women and Child Development, that is Srimati Smriti Irani. Okay, so there were different fields they were honoring. So it was towards the women empowerment and social welfare. So there were like 15 women who were awarded this year for their immense hard work and selfless service in the field of agriculture, armed force, education, sports, wildlife conservation and etc. So all these took place at Rashtrapati Bhavan at cultural sector. Okay, there was Indian Air Force flight, there were like Lieutenants Avani Chaturvedi, Bhavana Kant, etc. and Indian classical were also awarded, automotive environmentalists were also awarded. So these are few things that you have to take care. So we will move on to the second question. The second question is, India is planning to name one of its Commonwealth funds after which political leader? So the options are here. We'll see which is the correct option. Okay. The correct option here, PCRS is telling 12. There's Abai who's telling 15. I'm asking for the options, that is options are A, B, C and D. So I'm expecting an answer out of this. So the correct option here would be, Rahul is telling option D, Rajendra Prasad. Okay. And Ravant Singh is telling option B. Very good. And Abai is telling D. Okay. So I see that people are confused between option B and D. So the correct option here would be option B, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So good one, whoever was correct answer. So the correct option is option B, that is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So the answer is, so India is planning to name one of its Commonwealth funds after Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So Commonwealth Secretary General Baroness Patricia Scotland, she visited India recently for official purpose. So during the visit, she suggested that one of the Commonwealth funds can be named after Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. That is, who is the first Home Minister for India. Okay, you should also keep this in mind. And India is in talks with Commonwealth of Nations for introducing a large and a new targeted funds to promote innovation and peace within the 54 member nations. Okay, so once we are studying this question, we will also see few facts about Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So he was the first Deputy Prime Minister of independent India and also a founding father of the Republic of India. Okay, he played a vital role in India's freedom struggle and he has been a symbol of unity and harmony in India because of his ideologies of having unity in a nation. So for his works in rescuing and rehabilitating the refugees of Pakistan in Delhi and Punjab and persuading every princely state to accede to India, that is why he was conferred the title of Iron Man of India. Okay, so we have completed two options also. So we'll go on to the third question. The third question is a statement based. Be careful with it. The National Statistical Office, that is NSO, released the third quarterly calendar for October-December 2019 on February 28th, 2020. So, regarding this statement, we will see the two statements. So, the first statement here is domestic output has increased by 4.7% at constant prices. Okay. This increase is higher than the second quarter of 4.5%. So, there are extremity words here, they are concentrating more on percentages. So, you might be correct when you are answering this. We will just see which of the option is actually correct. Okay. So, there are two statements and Manoj Kumar is telling B, that is both 1 and 2, okay. And Rahul is telling D, okay, we will see. The correct option here, it would be option B, both 1 and 2, okay. So, the National Statistical Office, that is NSO, it released the third quarter calendar for October-December 2019 on February 28th, 2020. So, what is it according to this report? The domestic output has increased by 4.7%, that is right, but it is at a constant price. Good. So, which is actually higher than the second quarter? So, it is actually higher than the second quarter. In the second quarter, it was 4.5%. Okay. The estimates of the first two quarters of 2019-20, they were revised upwards from 5% and 4.5% to 5.6% and 5.1%. Okay. It changed the interpretations of the third quarter altogether, giving the impression that the economic crunch will end soon, but which is not. Okay. The revision was made upwards because of the previous year's corresponding figures that was revised downwards. So, NSO, it lacks credibility, which was credited for the downward revision. So, this further it questioned the veracity of the GDP figures put out in the year 2015. Okay. So, we will go to the fourth question. The fourth question is, survivors of human trafficking are granted compensation under which section of the Code of Criminal Procedures? So, they are asking about the sections. There are 4 sections which are given. We will see which is the correct answer. The correct answer here, so Vipin is telling hi, hi Vipin. So, Manoj is telling he is not able to hear properly. Startup company is engaging in assistive technology to find solutions for mental and physical problems faced by specially abled people. So, talking about an Indian startup company, there are 4 options here. The correct option here would be option D, GenElk Technologies. Healthcare startup GenElk Technologies based in Delhi is developing exoskeletons. So, they are developing exoskeletons to assist Ajit Kumar Shukla and Arun Pal. So, they are ex-Indian Army paraplegic soldiers who had got injured in the line of duty. So, these 2 soldiers will represent India in Cyberthon 2020. So, it is in Zurich to complete the powered exoskeleton race. Healthcare startup, this technologies is also training them at Paraplegic Rehabilitation Center, that is known as PRC, Mohali, in a robotic suit to get them ready to compete with 17 other international teams. So, we spoke about exoskeleton is what they are developing. So, what is this exoskeleton now? Exoskeleton, it acts as a rehabilitation device for the individuals suffering from lower body paralysis. This technology can be strapped on person's body and a person can walk freely. Okay, so this is about the 8th question. We will move on to the 9th question. Okay, the 9th question is, due to coronavirus, the Moody's Investor Service has decreased India's growth forecast to what percentage? So you should focus on this coronavirus because there's a lot of news that's going on. So there are 4 options. The correct option here would be option A, 5.3%. Moody's Investor Service on 10th March, it had reduced India's growth projection. So it was at 6.6%. Now it has gone down to 5.3% for 2020. The latest growth projection, it is a part of its global macro outlook. The fall in growth projection, it is mainly due to the spread of COVID-19, that is coronavirus disease, which is resulting in simultaneous supply and demand shocks. So what happened earlier on 17th February is Moody's Investor Service had projected India's growth rate as 5.4. So they had just predicted it as 5.4 for this year, but the new projections have been released due to the impact of coronavirus on the economies of various countries. So the growth forecast for China was also lowered by Moody's to 4.8. So they were at 5.2 and now it is 4.8%. And for US, it is expecting the GDP to grow by 1.5% in this year, which is down from the previous estimate of 1.7. Okay, let us move to the final question for this day. The question is, what does Indo-US Fellowship, that is WISTEM, stand for? There are 4 options here. The correct option here would be option A, Women in Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics and Medicine. Okay. The Indo-US Fellowship called Women in Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics and Medicine, it is granted to women in different fields of science. They are given opportunity to study in 20 illustrious US universities to continue their work in PhD and receive training in the latest scientific technologies. So what is this WISTEM? So WISTEM, it aims to provide opportunities to Indian women scientists, engineers and technologists to undertake international collaborative research in premier illustrations to enhance their research capabilities and capacities. Okay. So this program, it is run for 2 categories of women scientists. So there are module 1 and there is something called as module 2. So what happens in module 1? It is for women overseas student internship. So that there are students, that is women students who are pursuing PhD, and for module 2 it is for women overseas fellowship for women with PhD degree and who are holding a regular position at a recognized institution or a laboratory in India. So these are the questions for today, and from tomorrow we will be having regular classes. So until then, stay tuned to Online Theory. Signing off, Meghna.